what kinds of laws exist in China, and when you encounter disputes, what kind of law can you choose to settle it? Because sometimes when we did one behavior, but it may concerning to several kinds of laws, such as civil law, such as contract law, such as tort law, maybe also regulate the equal person's behavior. So at that time, we will choose one law to protect our interest, but not all the law. There are some difference between it. Through what ways to seek relief? So there exist many ways for us to resolve the problem, such as self-determination, such as mediation, arbitration by the institution, or seek for litigation or letting them go. But I think if you choose the litigation, it will spend many money, such as it will spend money for hiring the lawyer. And at that time, if you engage in the litigation, you have no time to work. So that will be that's the salary you will not get. So I think litigation is not the best way. Many Chinese choose negotiation or self-determination or letting them go, the ways to resolve the problem. Reluctant to choose the litigation. But why we should study law? Because we should, on what circumstances our interests are violated by people, and what kind of thing we can do, or the degrees. So, what are the costs of different approaches? I think the arbitration is better than the litigation, especially when you become a worker and something happens in your labor time, and you can seek for the institution or the authority to arbitrate. Is better than the litigation. So, which way is the most coercive or enforceable? Among all these kind of ways to resolving the problem, obviously, litigation is the most coercive or enforceable, and its effect will protected by enforced by the court, by the authority which have the 最高的权利 most power. Then, what's the differences between Chinese law and laws of other countries? We will learn to it. So, look at first definition. What is law? Different authors have different definition about law. Some think that law is a command from superior to inferior. And many times in the ancient times in China, we also regard it as a command from superior to inferior. And nowadays, tax law is fitting well with it. Tax law, you have no freedom, no right, no choice, but must to obey it from superior to inferior. And some others think that law is to enforce social justice, realize the social justice, and help us to resolve their disputes. And others think that is a method of social control, because law brings about changes in society, and society brings about changes in law. Sometimes different countries have different provisions about one thing. For example, in India, beef, no, beef are not, beef are the protection, is the animal must be protected. So the maybe the laws in India, right?
Yeah.
Will make laws. Anyone will not kill the cattle.
Yeah.
牛,
Only
cow,
Yeah.
cow. But the provision is different in China, and you can eat beef. So that's
Yeah, a lot of Indian also eat beef.
sometimes can.
Yeah. Actually, all of Muslim
Or
like
Muslim.
meat.
That belongs to the religious norms,
Yeah, there
not
there live
law,
more
but
than
norms.
more than 150 million people are Muslim there.
Oh, yes. So that means different countries have these different customs, and according to its special customs, each country will make a different law. So that means that the law will change the life customs, or customs will change the law. So I think.
They made this law, Lapsi. Indian government made this law. This cow killed is prohibited, but they grow up cow and export to another country for kill. What is this law?
I beg your pardon and speaking slowly. Sorry for that. I cannot very hear clearly about it.
In Indian law,
Indian law, yes, I know.
they say
Same.
cow killed.
Gauing, what is gauing?
Cattle.
Oh, cattle. Cattle beef, yes.
Is prohibited in India.
Oh, yes, prohibited in India. Yes.
But they make cattle or beef
Cattle.
and export to another country for kill.
Oh, that means the beef can export it to other countries.
Yeah, right. Like
he can-
Bangladesh, Myanmar, or China.
That exists the same thing. For example, in Australia, 袋鼠, you know Chinese? 袋鼠. 袋鼠, do you know the English name? I'll check it. Kangaroo are protected in Australia, right?
Yeah.
But I see many newspapers said that last year many these animals gathered the water, the river or the 水库 and they 就是喝了很多水 no. So the march is 就是数量很多 and the government killed some of it and to balance the economic to keep the economic balance.
Yes.
They killed many. So that means that the law will changing according to the social conditions. Will not keep the 原始的一个状态，它会 it will changing. Will not keep one thing. So try your best to understand me. Okay. Look at the definition. What is law? Some authors' opinion not is just for us to 做一个参考 reference. Just for here. This definition about law just be as a reference, but this definition, please be careful about it. In academic area, law is regarded as a system of behavior norms, formulated or recognized by the state, and through the necessary procedures, which can reflect the will of the ruling class and is implemented by the state coercive force. So, I will ask you, what is behavior norms? What is behavior norms? behavior norms. Suppose that if someone wants to enjoy others, and he thinks many times how to enjoy it, where to enjoy it, and I hated him, and how to express my emotion, and I will find time to enjoy, even kill him. Think many times. Is it behavior norms?
No.
And will be committed crime?
You say it's like normal behavior.
Whenever you think about it, it's just in your mind. That is not behavior norms. Suppose another instance. If the man one day go to the market and buy the knives, buy the guns, buy the ropes, and keep checking with the person, but he didn't do it. But he didn't enjoy him. But he buy the guns, buy the knives, buy the ropes, and keep checking. So it will constitute committing a crime. What do you think about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Without
Why?
action,
Yes.
but without action, it's not crime.
Action is not crime.
It's like imagine you're thinking about something no one knows, only you.
No one
That's
knows.
not
Only you just will buy and put it in your house, and I will not use it to actually
It is
injure someone,
prohibited.
right?
It is prohibited in our country. So I don't know what about.
It's only
You
crime
don't
when
know
you guys-
whether it will whether it constitute committing crime. So,
Yeah, it's a crime to carry these things.
Carrying.
Yeah.
carrying,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right.
you must use it to the real person, and it will commit the crime.
I think we can't buy these kinds of products.
So,
No, unless, is it allowed for a Chinese to buy guns or clothing?
They don't have gunshots.
you can buy knives, but you
yeah,
cannot buy guns.
Yeah, right.
But sometimes, if you someone injure others, he will use knives, right?
Yeah.
He has no chance to use guns, but he can use knife.
Yeah.
Use
right.
rope.
Like
It's okay.
very necessary.
It's permitted. So, if you buy this kind of thing, is it violated law?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, that's the best.
So, I will tell you that not only in China, but maybe in your country, maybe other countries, there are two kinds of crime. First one is accomplishment crime. Accomplishment. And the second is attempted crime. So you know difference? Accomplishment means that you have did all things and rarely injure the person, make his body hurt. That is accomplishment crime. But there's another thing, attempted crime. That means you want to injure someone.
Just-
You do some things. Maybe these things will not actually happen in the body himself, but you make preparations. You keep tracking. So once you have the chance, you maybe realize it. So the police, when he find you have made these kind of preparations, and if the evidence is enough, he can catch the person. Why? Because this belongs to behavior. If you keep something in your mind, just do something, it's okay. It will not really hurt someone else. But if you put it in mind and realize it and by the truth, but not be good for else, but be harmful others, that will be behavior norms, and that will be controlled by the law. So remember this. And recognized by states. And yesterday I told you that norms in the university is not law because the subject of it is not state, it's university. So the nature of the university or the school is the same as the social organization. Social organization. The organization. Sometimes you can constitute a social organization. University is the same as it, so very different from the state. Next, through the necessary procedures. As I said just now, our president has power, has 很强的这个权力啊 higher power. But even do not go through necessary procedures, he cannot sign the right. He have no right to sign the right. Next, it will reflect the will of the ruling class. So, each law in every country will protect majority of the people and cannot protect every people. It's 相对的 absolute no 相对怎么说 how to relatively justice. So the purpose of law is just to realize the relatively justice, but not equal for all the people in fact, because the law is made by some of the people. Every country is the same thing. You can think about it. And implemented by states coercive force. What is coercive force? What is coercive force? For example, I'm fined by the police. And I must pay 200 yuan. 人民币 200 yuan. So can I have talk with the police? Can I have just pay 100? No. Because you have no right. But if you injure someone, not very seriously, and because hated him, and he go to hospital and need medical treatment, Suppose that just you have to pay 2,000 yuan. Suppose that you heard someone else go to hospital and he must be treated, need 2,000 yuan, but you have enough money. Just you have 1,000 yuan. Can you negotiate with the person that I just have 1,000 yuan? I give it all to you. Can you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like there is no police here, you can just negotiate with the person.
Oh, there is no police, so you can negotiate with the other people. If there is a police, you have no right to negotiate.
Okay,
You say?
it's peacefully with him. So if he doesn't accept it, you can go to the law and maybe I can be in the prison. But if you negotiate and you understand it was just an accident, maybe you can.
So the nature is different. You injured someone else, but have not arrived the line of the criminal law. Haven't reached the line of the criminal law. You know? Just not very seriously. So at this time, all the behaviors will controlled by the civil law, not criminal law. So at this time, what injured have the right, everyone have the right to negotiate with other people, just compensate for what you lost. If you have enough economic conditions, you can negotiate with people. But if you violate the criminal law or the administrative law, such as I said, you go through the red light, that violates not civil law, but administrative law. So you have to pay. How many? Even 2,000 yuan, even 1,000 yuan. You have no negotiation, have no right of negotiating with the police, with the authorities. So different behaviors be regulated by different laws. The nature is different. So later I will tell you what's the difference about the different law. Sometimes, or in several years ago, maybe nowadays many countries is this one thing. That is, the person violated law and he negotiated with the police, and they resolve the problem secretly, right? Maybe he just give 50 yuan to the police and he can go out. But it is not permitted by law. That is the range of the law. So everyone should make sure about it. So, difference about law and norms. Law are binding standards, models, and frameworks. The definition is simple, right? So, look at, I will ask questions for you. First, do norms formulated by the university belong to the category of law? No. Everyone know. Next question. Is the regulations on the formulation of rules and regulations within the party of the Communist Party of China a law?
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Please think carefully. Is the norms made by the party constitute a law?
Party of China, so
Regulations on formulation of rules and regulations within the party of the Communist Party of China.
that's the law because this is a government institution. Am I wrong?
First thing we should know that there are many parties in our country, not just Communist Party.
Yeah.
There are many parties in our country. So, is the party the subject of lawmaking? Of course not.
Of course
Of
not. But
course not.
What if that party is the one, having the...
Other parties, the man, if he taking other parties, he also has the chance to become the member of the legislature agencies. It's okay. It's okay. So you can see that many members in many members are not Communist Party, but he take part in the process of lawmaking. It's different thing, not the same thing. But the rules in the party is not the law.
so what is that? Is that norm?
It's just norms. It just has effect in the party, in the members of the party. He can have no. It cannot regulate the members outside of the party. Many teachers are not the member of a Communist Party in our university, and also in other universities, it's the same thing. So all of us have never been coerced to take part in the Communist Party, but voluntarily to enjoy it. So we should know that. The third is the draft Civil Code of the People's Republic of China a law. Third, draft Civil Code of the People's Republic of China a law. What is draft? What is draft? Opinions, some opinions. Not formulated, not be the last materials or norms by the president, but before it, many authorities, many people will give the advice, have chance to changing. Yes, this is not law. Why? Because all the law must through the necessary procedures. If it not experience many amendments, and it will not go through all the necessary procedures. So draft is not go through all the necessary procedures. Next is the textbook Our introduction to Chinese law is a textbook law.
No,
What is said?
no, this
Is
is
it
not law.
Is it law?
No,
Suppose that if you have disputes with others, can you take this textbook and say to him, look at this, you are violating law. Yes?
no,
Yes?
no.
Of course
No.
not. Of course not. Of course not. Why? Because each
Was written by someone.
textbook will write by someone.
Yeah.
And this kind of thing just make you understand what is law.
Yeah.
And explain what's the content of law, what's the principles of law, how to use the law. It helps you to understand the law, but it is not law. So you will not see that police will take out the textbook, right? Just you can take out the code. So remember the definition, and the definition is also in our textbook. Okay. Next, we should know what is the difference between law and jurisprudence. Do you know jurisprudence? Yes. Laws is a current legal norm of factory. Current, what is current? That means every law will experience many times, will be amended many times. And if it is amended, and we will follow the new one. Jurisprudence is a discipline for the study of past, present, and future laws. So you can see in the textbook about the law, and it will mention the laws in other countries, and will mention the law in the history of the law. So that belongs to the jurisprudence. Okay?